Yeah, welcome back for our 37th class of 37th chapter of MySQL database. So here what we are trying to use here triggers. So here you can use triggers in MySQL. So what's a trigger basically? Trigger is like which at that one point of time you want to trigger and execute some program there. So that's kind of trigger. So here you have this option, see here triggers. At this point of time we don't have trigger. You can add here manually, but you can add which table, what you want to do, and what's the event you want to delete it or update it. This trigger is important for when you're running jobs. Let's say you're running, this is auto systems, something tool called there's a data. Okay, there's plenty of data which you are moving from one database to another database in a different server altogether. So so what you want to do, you want to update it, you want to delete the data, you want to remove the data, whatever you want to do. So what you do, so in that case you want to use triggers. Okay, so when that particular point of time you want to move that, you want to use this, something like that. So here we'll just see here, we'll try to use this and see if it works. So here we are creating table called account. Do we already have? No, account. Okay, account, and okay, we have created so many tables. One more table. Okay, so we have created table, and then now we want to create trigger. Try to execute this, see if it works. Okay, so it did. So we'll talk about this. Alright, so what happened here is first we created a table. Okay, this is fine. Here what you're trying to do here is you're trying to create a trigger, and we are entering some value for each row. Sum is equal to sum plus new. Whenever a new amount shows up, so you are adding up to that. Okay, so what we can see here is a new trigger it got created here. So that was for your understanding edge. Okay, so now what we are trying to do, we will insert some here. So this is all are done in Unix actually, but unfortunately we not able to use the Unix. No admin, and the Grex is not working. Grex is really clear. For some reason is the host is not working. So. Okay, so we are trying to insert some values here. Let's see if this works. Okay, it did. Okay, so total amount inserted is 1852. 1852.48. That's good. So in this case, what we have done is we have created a trigger. Okay, let's find out. Let's try to understand this. So first we create a table. No big deal. We have been creating table from chapter 1. So okay. Now here what you are trying to do here, you are creating a trigger called ins_sum before insert on for each row. So what are you trying to do here is for each row you are using this variable and telling that variable for whenever you add a new for that particular column called amount is table, for that particular new table. Okay, you need to add sum. So that created trigger. Now what you are doing, you want to you added some values here, right? First you inserted the sum value as 0, so the new amount will be a 0 because 0 plus null is, it's nothing, so it should be 0. So now you added some values here, so and then what you did is inserted some values, and you did a select at some, and you got this value. So what actually did is a question here. So it actually added the values, I guess. We just added the values and showed the total amount inserted. So it's 1850. Okay, so that's, you can use triggers. So here you can, this is, see here the triggers. Okay. Just save this. Okay. So here you can see here we have we have this, the trigger for this account table, and we have created it. You can edit to this is the function we actually created. Okay, so what the event was insert, you can update, delete. So this is without using query, this is actually functional point of view. So that's how, and you can drop to, so we'll drop it. Let's see. This thing you can do it from here too, but we want to do it from query point of view. So this time is we are dropping the wrong, we have to supposed to drop this one. This is the name of the trigger, not the ins dot sum. Okay, so here you can drop triggers too. That thing you can do it right from here. This interface provides you to do that, but you can do it to MySQL too. So it's better to do MySQL. Okay, so let's see here. We go to the next section, types of triggers. Before, after, we have seen this few of them. And then there's an example, we can do it insert, update, delete. We have seen it right here, right? There's no more trigger, but you can here, you can, and guess what, we'll just create that same trigger again. Okay, so here you can see these options. There are various options here for triggers. That's what we are they're trying to say here. Insert, update, delete. Just the event insert, update, delete. Okay, and you can insert it by using this one. This is a new this before insert date. We have this tag table, but let's tag. This tag. We have this tag table, but there is no date column. So this probably won't work, but let's find out. I mean, you don't have to do this, but let's see here, because when you have this option of doing right here, you don't want to go ahead and do that. But this is comments. Yeah, there's no There's supposed to be a column called, you have to create the column. Without that column you cannot create this. So yeah, you can do this. You can do for insert trigger, you can update the trigger, you can delete the trigger. Okay, and that's it. That's the thing you can do from right from here. Okay, edit trigger. Alright, let's see here. Which table you want to, then before or after, insert, update and delete. You can do this. And definition, you can define the trigger right here. So this is good. We'll just put it here, we'll just don't drop it, so that you'll have some idea on this. So that's pretty much about trigger. So I hope you like this class, and we are probably coming to end of this tutorial. Probably a little bit this, because this goes more into Unix. Okay, so we'll not touch base on Unix. It will be similar what we are doing so far, but I didn't explain many of the concept. Actually, there are a lot of concepts. It's like when you're using the subqueries, nested subqueries, inline views, how to use it, so all those things. But guess what, I'll be giving you homework. Well, probably no, because that is, MySQL is different from Oracle. So far, my experience and knowledge is on Oracle, but this is MySQL. MySQL deals a lot with PHP and Unix, and Oracle is nothing to do with PHP and Unix. So this is correlated with those, whenever you're trying to do the front end and back end one day, so that's the reason. So, but no big deal. So this is pretty much. So we'll see to the next class. Thanks for watching.